guys, Jonah and Zach here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're actually putting together a really good gaming setup.
See, unlike Jackson and Matt, we're actual enthusiasts. We care about how things look, we care about how they perform, and we're not willing to make compromises.
And we're also kind of like aesthetic nerds, so I feel like we could get a really good look.
Wait, hold on. What is going on here?
You guys want to explain?
So I feel like you guys are kind of compromising a lot with your builds. You know, I say that a lot, but I think it's time that we build a good gaming setup. I feel like we could build a nice, good-looking,
Better
good-performing,
than us?
better than you guys.
Well, you know what? We challenge you. $1,000 budget versus aesthetic gaming setup challenge, and we're going to talk about that after a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Micro Center and all of their amazing offerings. Micro Center is running a fall savings event this October, giving you the chance to score huge savings all month long. For all of you planning a gaming PC build, one deal I've been keeping an eye on is this Ryzen 7 7800X 3D for just $300. And for those of you looking for a new laptop, this HP Victus with the Ryzen AI 7 350 and RTX 5060 for $800 is super solid. Plus, if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, you got even more reason to be excited. Micro Center is opening its newest location right in Phoenix. Sign up early for VIP deals, and when the doors open, you'll snag a free 128 gig flash drive just for joining. And if you want to stay plugged into the latest happenings in the tech world, Micro Center News has you covered with everything from in-depth product reviews and helpful how-to guides to updates on launches and more. It's the perfect way to stay in the loop. Big thanks to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
All right, guys, so it's a little bit weird having everyone on set here, but this is going to be an interesting challenge. We're actually taking our two employees here. We got Jonah, cameraman, Zach, graphic designer. We're doing a challenge video where we build a full gaming setup with a $1,000 budget. Jackson and I, of course, being the budget bros, are going to focus on price to performance, while these guys over here are going to waste their precious money on aesthetics.
You could be shocked, though. We might be able to pull some good deals out of our, you know?
Performance is important too. These guys, they like picking shitty peripherals. That's just to be blunt.
That's true.
All I'm saying is we don't have the time that these guys have. We gotta actually make money, make content, but you know, we'll see if taking time is actually worth it.
So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to shopping. The goal this time is we have around a day and a weekend to kind of do some shopping. These guys may do some extra shopping where they do some forums and a bunch of different like hidden ways of buying stuff. Knowing us, we're probably gonna sit down and buy everything in like 30 minutes, and that'll be a fun comparison to see is being a little patient and doing a aesthetic focused setup gonna be better than a budget price performance one that we've done 1,000 times over and over again. We're just gonna get shopping and find out. Y'all ready to lose?
No.
Aesthetics all but Emily legs. All right, guys, so what we're gonna be doing, Matt and I are actually going first before Jonah and Zach go.
Yep.
And we got Amazon pulled up because we're simple guys. We're probably not gonna go through Facebook Marketplace. We're not gonna go on Reddit. I know that that's something that Zach is so into.
Always gotta check subreddits. Subreddits are the go-to place.
I don't care to save $5 on a peripheral.
Yeah, I would say the main things we're gonna save our money on, obviously, is if we go use price performance on the PC side of things. So probably a good GPU deal. Maybe
a monitor?
Maybe a monitor. I know we found good deals on refurbished monitors before, so that's normally good price performance. Honestly, yeah, I mean, for the PC side of things, maybe a GPU and then everything else kind of new.
I mean, we're computers forward kind of guys. Like, we're not gonna, I would never start my computer build, like my setup, with the setup first. I'm going straight for the PC to get what I want out of it.
So what's the first budget that comes to mind for the PC? I have a number in mind.
7.
7, yeah, that's what I was thinking. $700 for the PC, $300 for peripherals.
So Matt and I were doing another video. We actually just did this for Battlefield 6. And both of us bought, were they 2600, Ryzen 2600 combos?
Yep.
It's always worth checking. eBay's hit or miss though. Sometimes there's nothing. Okay, this person's kind of clutch for us right now. You normally do not find these deals because this thing has 4 sticks of RAM, 32 gigs. It's got a Ryzen 2600, which is 6-core 12-thread. It has a stock cooler on it and a motherboard with Wi-Fi. I mean, that's a good deal.
Like, we could probably squeeze in like Ryzen 7 level, I would think, if we're going to aim for.
Maybe add this to the cart, and then let's look at GPUs and decide from there, maybe. We don't know what game we're going to test yet. There's the risk if we do go with something like a 5700 ray tracing, if the game is forced ray tracing.
That is true. So something 7000 series, but we already know how used GPUs in that regard are at. They're like pretty overpriced.
I mean, I didn't mind your idea of the 3070.
249, 219.
I'm actually curious. Look up 5060 real quick. Let's just see for fun. You know, I'm like, it's new from Newegg.
291.
Yeah, see, the 250 would be too close, I think.
Yeah, let's just run with this for right now. Let's see where we go with this.
Storage.
So storage, we'll go back to Amazon on that and just get
I bet I wonder if they'll go with the 1 terabyte.
Well,
Maybe we can get a terabyte.
Yeah, King spec, we know this one. Gen 3 dry, 51 bucks. Let's go with this.
Yeah. I mean, knowing Jonah, he's going to use a stock cooler.
And then something micro ATX that looks pretty good.
Yeah, maybe with some pre-installed fans. What in the wood is happening?
There's just wood everywhere.
We got Okinos.
Okinos is always the go-to. It depends if we go no RGB. Like, yeah, if we go no RGB, that's always a good one.
Let's double check and see if there's any other combos that are higher end.
7600.
7600X with the $10 off promo. That does have $13 off.
$13
I think
off.
that's CL30, right? Cooler Master has that one too. That's actually not too bad.
That's the little one, isn't it? Or is that the big one?
Yes, you want the A410. That gives us 256 bucks.
256 for a setup.
That's not bad. Oh my goodness, they're
I think
so
we can
cheap.
I mean, that's 170 hertz, 1440 refurb Acer Nitro for 109. We got the Win 68. That's 37. They're so cheap, man. 35 bucks. Could do the EPO maker. This is what we need. Yes.
This is how we do things. I know Zack and Jonah like to buy the things that are name brand, like the things that they've seen reviews on. I like to buy the stuff that there's no reviews.
There's a carbon fiber one.
Yeah, let's get the last important piece, and then we get the mouse pad. We'll use the desk surface.
Yeah,
if
we'll
we
use
have to.
whatever if we have to.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one. Yep, that's the one. What is that? Is it spilt ink?
Hold on, I just want to see it.
And there's like cats everywhere.
Wow.
$997.77.
Dude, look at how we just did that. How long have we been recording?
26 minutes.
It takes Zack and Jonah multiple days to get this done. Just watch. And our
Okay.
setup's
All right,
still
let's
gonna
make
be
sure we
better.
have everything though. So we got
Probably not.
CPU.
Wow. Okay. We're at $999.74. We literally only have, what is that, like 26 cents left to spend. Do we still have a double storage? Or do we just go with the single?
We just have one. We just have the
that's
2.5 inch.
That's fine.
That's gonna be our sacrifice.
Yeah, and 2.5 inch drives are slower.
Yes.
So
And then we got keyboard, mouse, headset, mouse pad.
I'm feeling good about
Let's
it.
order everything. Here we go.
And then once it gets here, we'll build it, and then we get to guess what they're gonna talk about.
Guys, it's time for us to do our shopping. And so how we're gonna do this, if you guys have been following the employee staff, aside from Matt and Jackson, I have been doing a lot of PC stuff over the last couple of years, but Zach is our resident peripheral genius. So we're gonna,
single mouse video, keyboard video.
It's him.
Usually I'm behind the scenes for it, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave the peripherals and the deal hunting to him because he has all of his websites and everything like that. So that's kind of what we're gonna be delegating each other's roles for this challenge. While they were shopping, we kind of did some, we started looking off camera as well. Price-wise, I think we're gonna try and shoot for around like $750 for the PC, and then like $250 for the peripherals with maybe some room to flex around over the weekend. I started, my main goal for the $750 PC is, I mean, nowadays DDR4 is so expensive, so I think it'd be better off to do DDR5. The problem with that is when you go AM5, it's really expensive for boards and CPUs. So yeah, and then I'm looking at places that are like open box, but they're from a really nicely certified tech place. So like this one has 10,000 reviews, another 12,000 reviews. So like these are like, I'm pretty confident they're good. Yeah, and we're gonna leave, I think I'm gonna hold off on buying the GPU because in the event we need to, I think I'm gonna try and deal hunt over the weekend to find a better card that's maybe used that can still work for our build, save us a couple bucks there so we can add a little more to the budget of the peripherals. But overall, I know that there's a couple parts here that I'm just set, I know we're gonna buy, and we're gonna go for like an all white kind of theme. So we're going with this TeamGroup TeamGroup Expert Kit, white, 84 bucks, the cheapest DDR5 you can get. In the cart, we have a Rosewill VSB 750 watt 80 plus bronze. Surprisingly enough, the 650 watts more expensive, which is weird right now, but it's on the limited time deal. Got the Montech X5M. This is one that I've not built in yet, so I'm excited to try it out, but I've seen builds of it done.
Looks nice.
Looks really clean, looks really good. And that's pretty much everything aside from the GPU for the build. I'm thinking 9060 XT 8 gig. I've really wanted to squeeze a 16 gig out, but just for an $800 budget or $750 budget on a PC build, it's really hard. You're gonna be taking some big sacrifices, and I just don't recommend people doing that.
Hey guys, it's Sunday night and we have a bit of an update for you all on our setup. We finally have everything purchased, and it took a bit of deal hunting and a lot of back and forth on a couple websites for us to finally figure out and decide on what we wanted to do for our GPU. The 6800 XT did not come through for us, and we didn't have enough time to wait around for another one, so we ended up opting for a bit of a different GPU. And that GPU is the Zotac RTX 3070 Ti. Now, this is a black GPU, and unfortunately, we are gonna have to fix that because we have a full white build. But he listed it for $247. I offered 230 bucks with $9.58 shipping, and he accepted it. And that's a really big dub, which saves us a lot of money and allows us to add even more money to our setup. So we're really happy with this, and we also bought some white spray paint. So we're gonna be painting the top of this GPU here. So it'll kind of match the entire build, and I think it'll turn out really cool. So we've got some things cooking up in the works, and we'll update you guys whenever we get the rest of the items in.
All right, guys, so Jonah has the PC locked in. We just picked up the graphics card over the weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and do some part shopping now. There is a few things I wanna do. I wanna make sure we get a dedicated audio input device, so like a standalone mic. I wanna make sure we have a Hall effect keyboard. I wanna make sure we have a lightweight gaming mouse and a good mouse pad, and all that for under, I think our exact total left is like 159. So always gotta check subreddits. Subreddits are the go-to place for finding insane deals. After looking through mouse market, I'm not really seeing anything that good on the budget side of things. We're only gonna have like 30, 40 bucks for a mouse. 37 grams, lightweight, 8K polling rate, $40. This is insane for the price. There's a sale on this EpoMaker mouse, so I'm wondering if EpoMaker keyboards are on sale too. Since we're going for that white theme, I should probably try and stick with a white keyboard as well. So let's see what they got. Also, 8K polling rate, hot swap, Hall effect. What switches are in this? No keyboard is complete without a coiled cable. Probably gonna have to go with the Pulsar Paraglide. It's a decent entry-level mouse pad. It is square, but I mean, for $25, it's gonna be pretty good quality. It's gonna be definitely better than a desk mat. I know Matt Jackson probably picked a desk mat because they're freaks. So we're sitting at 103 right now. That leaves $60 for the audio. Let's add this to the cart just for now and see what we have. What, 139? So for under $20, we're gonna be running kind of thin pickings here. So let's just see. There's the Tasha Gym bunnies. Those are a little bit over 20. Those have been nice, but not exactly in the budget. We go without the mic down to $18. Hold up. We're gonna get this ordered, but honestly, I am extremely happy with what we've had picked out here. I definitely think that we are gonna blow them out of the water in this setup portion of things, especially that 1440p monitor. Really nice high-end hardware that's all really good for the price. Some aesthetic options in here too is all gonna look really good together. I think we're gonna kind of smack them out of the park with this.
3 weeks later.
Of course, you know, Matt and I did some deal hunting, but probably not like those guys did. Last time I checked, I heard them still ordering parts, like still looking at what they've ordered. Matt and I spent about 30 minutes for everything, and we were done. Starting off, we had the Ryzen 5 7600X, so 6-core, 12-thread, and we got about 10% off, and it came with the free SSD. So we paid $170, and we got the TeamGroup SSD. It's the Vulcan Z, it's a 512 gig. Now, it's not the most ideal SSD, because if I remember right,
It's 2.5 inch.
I don't think we had in our budget. We didn't get an NVMe, did we?
Nope, we just got this, so we went value.
In theory, with the games that we're gonna be playing, we're hoping, I mean, it's not a hard drive. Like, it's an SSD, it's gonna be slower than an NVMe by an okay amount, but this should be fine, and it was free. You know, that's what we're all about here. We're all about getting good price to performance, and that's it. Now for the cooler, I know that Jonah and Zach are gonna disagree with this one, because I mean, this is just such a good choice. This is the Frozn A410 SE, so it's like the all kind of black tower cooler. It just looks super clean, just a 120mm fan. We only paid $21.74 for it, so it's a no-brainer. I'm gonna be surprised if they got anything different. And now for RAM, we went with TeamGroup Vulcan also, so it's just like the SSD. We got 32 gigs. It's DDR5, it's 6000 megahertz, which it's CL36, so this is actually some pretty decent stuff for $81.90. And for the motherboard, we have an ASRock B650M Pro RS Wi-Fi, so this is kind of like a white and black themed motherboard, but it's actually a nice board. Paid $140, it's DDR5, it has Gen 4 and Gen 5 support, it's got 4 RAM slots, it has 2 4-pins or an 8-pin for the CPU, so it's definitely pretty good, and our GPU is really not even gonna need any of that crazy Gen 5 performance because we went used anyways.
In the name of price performance, of course, we had to go used with our GPU. We have an RTX 3070 in here. Now, I remember when we were shopping, it's been a little bit since we started shopping, we were just kind of going over the used market, and we figured the best way to save the most money would just be to buy the GPU used and get all these like combo deals you can new. And we did pretty good there, and I'm excited to see how this 3070 is gonna pair. It is a Dell OEM model, so it's not gonna be the prettiest in terms of aesthetics, so that's definitely gonna throw off the aesthetic goblins when they dive into their build and see ours. But we'll look at it here just to see what it looks like. Make sure it's not too gaudy, but I'm assuming it's still gonna be, oh yeah, it's not bad. It just has this green PCB that is slightly visible, but once you plug it in, I mean, you won't even notice it. So it's really not that bad. And the 3070 is faster than a 4060, kind of close to a 4060 Ti, 5060 level GPU. But again, we got it for $219, which is good price performance. And for $59, you really can't go wrong with this power supply. This is the Rosewill VSB650. It is A+ bronze. It comes with an ATX 3.1 connector if you want to use it on a 650 watt power supply. And also, again, at $59, it's pretty good value for the money, and it's rate it on the tier list if that's something you care about. I'm actually surprised. We probably should have went with something not on the tier list to match our brand, but we went with something on the tier list because it's just such a good deal right now. And for the case, of course, it has to be Okinos. This is the Cypress 3 Wood Edition. It's wood/ARGB, so it does come with this, but does this one come with RGB fans?
I don't think it's supposed to, so I mean, we'll just see what we got.
I'm like wondering what we got here. That's what made me question things.
Okay, check the front. I see what they do. Okay. You can get it in ARGB or in wood. We got wood.
So we got wood.
All right, go ahead and restart that now.
We'll try one more time. Just kidding. We got the wood version, which is what we normally go with for budget builds. Jackson normally gets it a lot for our build challenges because it's just such a good deal at $62. Has the wood aesthetic. We don't have to worry about RGB, and it's good price performance. Once again, pre-tax we're $755.61 on our PC. Now let's show you guys what we got for our gaming setup. Okay guys, our PC is fully built. It's actually been a couple days, but it's time to put our setup together because you know what? Normally you have to wait a couple days to build your setup. All jokes aside, we've just been really busy. But we have our full setup here and we're gonna go over what we got to try to have the best budget option.
All right, so first things first, we gotta get this big berth unboxed. So this was our Acer refurbished monitor that we got on eBay for 110 bucks, and it is 27 inch. It's 1440p. It's got all the bells and whistles for 110 bucks. I don't really see how Jonah and Zach could have done any better than us. I mean, it's hard to beat that. As long as this works fine, we got a great deal. I think we did better than what they could have gotten. Assuming that they probably went new, I doubt they got like a name brand monitor like we did. You know, it's like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and we're old dogs, and we know the tricks.
We know how to bark.
We know how to bark.
Hey, we displayed out. Let's go.
It does have a little bit of like that cheap wobble. So if your desk is wobbly, you might want to get a Asus stand. But 180 hertz, 180 hertz.
180 hertz, baby.
So we paid 30 for this, right?
Yeah. So it's the glorious gaming mousepad, the GMP2 Extended XL for $24.99.
And I think this was kind of your recommendation because you said you run one of these at home.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the exact one because I like the really big one. This one seems bigger than the average mousepad, but not by like a gargantuan amount.
No, it's honestly, yeah, it really isn't. I thought this was gonna be like huge just based on their advertising. I mean, it's big enough. I will say it feels really good. It's very tight stitched, stitched edge. I think that they're gonna be shocked by this because they're gonna see the glorious.
You guys
bought a name brand mouse pad?
Now, what's not name brand, but that's the way to go in the mechanical keyboard space, is this Cool 60 keyboard, which is the, what is the specific brand we got here? The Dareu Cool 60 Hall Effect 8K polling rate, hot swappable RGB backlit, and this one was $41.99.
This was that one that caught us by surprise. Now, I know we were having some trouble because that's what sucks about the Hall Effect space is there's not a lot of cool keyboards out there. They're all just like 60% black. This one's kind of no exception. I will say,
the transparent.
The look is sick. I'm not the biggest fan of these red keycaps. I don't think we got any extras, but that's okay, I guess. It is kind of a transparent. I will say it's very light, like not in a good way. It sounds nice. I don't remember.
Spacebar is pretty solid.
I don't remember what switches we're plugged in.
They feel a little stiff, but it's not bad. Ooh, that RGB though. I don't know how we did it, but we got white.
We got it in white. I gotta say, it's got a nice clack to it.
Is it a blank switch?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
on the bottom. Cogain is what it says. Cogain.
Like the hair treatments from Rogaine?
Rogaine.
I always love when we get a product that says high quality computer mouse from INPHIC.
Was this the one we were trying something different because we really wanted 8K polling rate, right?
Yeah, so this one is a Superlight wireless Superlight. And this is what it says on the build sheet, by the way. But it says 60 grams. So it's not like super light really because it's 60 grams. 49 grams is kind of we're in the Superlight territory. But it has an 8K polling rate. So
it has warm tips.
And warm tips. This one might be goofy, but this is very on-brand Toasty Bros right here.
Charge the mouse for 5 hours before the first use.
There's no shot. I'm not charging it for 5 hours. Stop it right now.
That's what it says. I guess we should go ahead and get it charging now, huh?
The mouse was $47.99.
It works.
It works. It did not need to be charged for 5 hours.
Well, yeah, we're probably like really reducing the life of the mouse or something, I guess, but that's okay. I'm liking the 27. Let me double check. It's 1440. It looks 1440.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're good on that. Let's make sure the keyboard actually types. This is a successful Toasty Bros build so far.
Last thing, the Valorize UG08S. It's just a very basic black gaming headset, and we paid $29 for it.
Oh, wow. Lifetime warranty? Lifetime extended guarantee. Oh.
Huh?
I guess maybe this is the actual wireless dongle right here? That, you know what I mean?
And then that's an adapter for it. So if you want to run USB-C, you can.
Okay. I know that we were kind of intrigued by this headset, I remember. I think she has, yep, this was cool too. I'm wondering if they even remembered this, to have an actual mic. I mean, is it really like they lost or they lose points? Probably not, but that
you
is a
all in the
selling
comments,
point.
y'all can rip them about it. It looks like it'd be comfy.
I like it. It's pretty nice.
Ooh, that's actually kind of
Oh my god,
tough.
dude, it said connected. You gotta feel these. The base is actually kind of like wide. Can you feel the base before you even put it on?
It's not bad. Once it gets really loud, though, it definitely sounds a little crunchy, but the bass is strong. I mean, it's $29. And again, you see the little
mic.
glow on the outside? We
Oh
got
yeah,
this-
yeah, the glows. Oh dude, wow, we're like, did we plan this? And
Did we?
And we have red on the strap.
Did we out aesthetic the aesthetic bros?
So all of our parts are finally in, and we actually did a bit of work off camera as well, which we'll get to in a minute, but everything looks pretty good so far. First, we're gonna start off with our CPU. We're gonna do a nice quick rapid fire for you guys. This is the i5-12400F that we picked up off eBay. Small savings from like what you can get on Amazon, but we picked it for $99.99. I think that was new. Decent deal. You saved like 15 bucks or so. Next up, we got the motherboard, which is the Asus Prime B760MA AX. So this has Wi-Fi on it. This is the DDR5 version as well. So we do have DDR5 RAM, which I really wanted for like a $700-800 build. Looks pretty good. I haven't really checked the pins just yet, so we're gonna check that right now just to make sure we can actually build the PC. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. So that's really good to see because we have not checked that beforehand. This eBay seller was pretty good, and we paid $79 for it, which is really solid for a DDR5 board. So to cool the CPU, we went with the ID Cooling SE214 XT in white and ARGB as well. This is one of the best coolers you can get for the price. It's a 4 heat pipe cooler, very basic, but it has a nice white color scheme to it, and it's like 18 bucks. We paid, yeah, $17.99 for it, so really hard to beat this price. And you could go with the stock cooler, but we wanted some extra flair for the aesthetics. We have 32 gigs of DDR5 TeamGroup T-Create Expert. This is CL38 RAM, so unfortunately we couldn't really afford CL30 RAM. We paid 84 bucks for this, and it's definitely much cheaper in terms of the CL30 RAM, which is about like 100 bucks or so, sometimes 90 if you can get it on a good deal. So this was a pretty good savings spot right here, and 32 gig CL38, it should be just fine when we turn on Expo. We got a 1 terabyte Klevv Crass Gen 4 NVMe SSD. This is like the go-to SSD for me right now. It's the cheapest, it's pretty fast and reliable. I actually use it in my own PC, a 2 terabyte version. Read speeds are 5,000 megabytes per second, write speeds are 4,800 megabytes per second. So pretty solid for Gen 4, and this one comes in at $54.99, so not too bad of a price. I just have a problem with 5 12 gig systems, so I really could have saved some money here, but I wanted to get the 1 terabyte just for extra headroom for whoever who buys this. So this is our graphics card, and this is the RTX 3070 Ti, which we actually spray painted the top plate white. Obviously, we wanted to get some 1440p ready GPU because we bought the monitor preemptively, and that kind of made us go used. Problem is that getting a good deal on a used graphics card is pretty tough, but especially a white one. So we decided to just take it into our own hands. We bought like a $7 can of spray paint on Amazon, which we did include in the budget. I just removed the whole top plate here, spray painted the top plate white. I think about 6 or 7 coats to do it. Yeah, it was a pretty easy process. I wasn't perfect with it, and I was doing it in very bad conditions. So if I could go back and do it again, I probably would change a couple things up with that area that I did it, but it turned out pretty good actually. And yeah, $239.58 after shipping for this one. So this one turned out to be a pretty good deal, and it saved us a lot of money for the setup. Power supply we went with is the Rosewill VSB 750 80 plus bronze. It's on modular. It's about a tier B on the tier list if I'm correct. If not C, so it should be just fine. It is a 750 watt, 80 plus bronze, like I said. Picked this up on a pretty good deal actually. This 750 watt version was actually cheaper than the 650 watt at the time. I don't know why, but we paid $55.99 for it. So not a bad deal for this nicely rated power supply with semi-modular cables, so it'll be easier on cable management. And of course, guys, we're going aesthetics here, so we had to get some white sleeve cables. These are the basic ASRock white sleeve cables that we paid $19.95 for, and these are gonna be just fine for our all-white build. It comes with just your 2 8-pins for the GPU, 1 8-pin for the motherboard, and then your motherboard cable. So gives you everything you need, nothing else more, and it's gonna look really nice with all these white parts. Last but not least, guys, we have the case, which is the Montech X5M, and this is actually the first time I'm actually building in it. This is a new case to the market, but it's pretty budget, and obviously I'm pretty safe going with Montech because they're usually pretty solid when it comes to their fans and their cases. This one looks pretty cool with like a nice white carbon fiber design on it. It's a very cool white. It's it's very bluish white, and it doesn't look too bad. I wish it was a little warmer, but it's gonna do the job just fine. It's gonna fit our GPU just fine as well, and all the parts that we have going in it. So we're gonna get this PC built and show you guys what we got for our setup.
All right, guys, so we have our PC fully built. We have the RGB setup. We have our games downloaded, drivers going. We have Windows installed. This PC is ready. Now we just have to get the setup going. So First, we're going to start off with the mouse. We have the All SC800. This shape is similar to the Razer Viper Mini. I believe it comes in around, oh, right there, 37 grams. It has a PAW 3395 sensor. This is going to be a super, super lightweight mouse, and for the price, I think we paid $40 for it. Honestly, it's kind of insane to get 8K polling rate and under 40 grams for $40. This is an insane steal for the price. All right, and for the mouse pad, we have the Pulsar Paraglide XL. This is a pretty solid budget mouse pad. So one thing about, mouse pads that a lot of people don't think about is desk pads. They're more aesthetic depending on your perspective. They fill up a lot more space, but for the price, if you get a square gaming mouse pad, you're typically gonna get better performance. So, thicker mouse pad, better stitching on it. So we went with this just because it comes in at $24, but it's gonna be pretty high performance in terms of mouse pads. And yes, it's a square, but honestly, you don't need a desk pad. This is plenty big enough for most people, especially even if you're on a lower sense, you don't use your full desk pad. You usually use this big of a section anyways. So we have the All SC800 for the mouse. We have an All keyboard as well. I think when I was shopping, they were just doing a store-wide sale on Amazon. So managed to get this keyboard for stupid cheap too. This is the Win68. So it has Wing Chun magnetic switches. It is hot swappable. It's a Hall effect keyboard too. So as far as gaming goes, you're getting the best performance with Hall effect. It's 8,000 polling rate. Ooh, the box kind of just exploded when I opened it. But part of the reason why I picked it is because it has a nice little color scheme. I didn't want to do something that was just traditional, white, all black. And I feel like a lot of budget Hall effect keyboards, they do the topographic, RGB style look. This has this nice little purple that's going to match our PC super, super well. If you look, kind of a vibe, and I think it's going to really add some aesthetic value to this build.
And we kind of got locked into a color scheme because of the GPU. We had that green to purple gradient, which we're not the biggest fan of, but for the price we got this GPU for, we kind of had to go with it. It was kind of like a no-brainer. But I think it turns out looks wise, it's turned out pretty fine. So we're pretty happy with it so far. And this will be a nice little accoutrement to our setup.
And if I remember correctly, $60 MSRP. We paid $30, so really good price for a Hall effect keyboard. Probably saw on the box, there's that gray cable. Doesn't really match anything. $9 right here. Coiled cable. This is purely aesthetic, no performance whatsoever, but it's $9.
We preach these, dude.
They're so
nice.
cheap.
They just look so good. Oh. Something about setting that up and then tightening it down. Ooh, yeah, it's nice.
Up next, we have our audio device. These are the Truthier Gate IEMs. So when you're getting into budget audio, a lot of people think that IEMs don't really perform as good as headphones. But fun fact is that when you're looking under $50, maybe even $75, IEMs kind of blow headphones out of the gate when it comes to performance in terms of audio. These just kind of match our aesthetic. They're the white, they're translucent. These are gonna be really good for gaming. They have really good soundstage on them, good bass. I've looked at some reviews on them, and they seem pretty solid. I don't like gaming headsets. I think gaming headsets, if you want everything all in one, you don't have a ton of USB ports or whatever, it makes sense. If you're on a budget, you can get a gaming headset for $20. It makes sense. If you can't afford to get a standalone USB mic, you should do it. I think they sound a lot better than any headphone mic. You can even get mod mics for $20, $25. You can attach those to most headphones, Fidelio X2HRs with a mod mic. That's a super good budget combo. You could probably get that for $75, and you'll have an amazing pair of headphones and also a really good mic. But we're a little bit on a budget here, so we had to go IEMs. Those are $20. This USB mic combo is $27. So we're going to be able to get really good sound through the IEMs and then also really good voice recording with this mic right here. And it comes with a boom arm too, so for $27, can't be beat. For the monitor, we have the Sansui 1440p. It says it's 200 hertz. I think it's 180. It might overclock to 200 hertz. We'll find out once we get in, but either way, really high refresh rate. It's an IPS panel too, so more color accurate. It's gonna look really, really good. And I think it's 27 inches, and we paid $134. So for a brand new 1440p high refresh rate IPS monitor, that's an insane price in my opinion.
But yeah, we'll run it behind the monitor there.
There we go.
This is the full setup here.
We're gonna get everything plugged in, probably tweak the placement a little bit, kind of get it where we all want it to live momentarily. Might rotate the mouse pad. Just kind of see everything's at, get everything plugged in, see how the RGB is looking too.
Y'all aren't gonna win any awards for getting stuff done fast enough. Y'all been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
You guys started before us.
A couple weeks.
Here she is.
The grand reveal.
Ooh, okay. So we got a white PC build. What are the PC specs? I gotta know.
So we have a 12400F.
Okay.
We have a B760M DDR5 Asus Prime, 32 gigs of DDR5 TeamGroup T-Create. Okay. We have a 1 terabyte Klevv Crash Gen 4 NVMe, 750 watt VSB Rosewill power supply, the 3070 Ti that we spray painted on the top plate white.
3070 Ti.
What color was it before? Black?
Black top plate, yep.
All right.
And then we have Asia horse sleeve cables.
Is that what that white grill paint was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did
Dude,
high
what's
heat.
going on with that stuff? Because it's like expanded. Like the can looks like it's gonna blow up.
I specifically bought high heat like spray paint because I was like, we're painting the top. I don't really know how that works. I was tasked with adding spray paint to my part of the setup, so I was like, I'll get high heat stuff just to be safe.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because it was going on the top plate. It's inside the Montech X5M in white, which I think is a pretty good thing. Downside with this is that one thing I hate about it is the fact that these are SATA powered fans, so I don't think you can adjust the fan curve. So they're pretty loud, but we may have to budget in a resistor of some kind to see if we're
loud,
I don't know, but that's kind of a downside.
Airflow's there.
Airflow's there. We have the ID cooling SE214 XT in white.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the full build. I don't think I missed
So how
anything.
much did you spend on your build?
We paid, I think, $720 for everything all in.
What was ours?
We spent more.
We spent more.
Yeah,
We spent
so
more on our
we
PC.
got a disgusting deal on the 3070 Ti. We paid $230 plus $9 shipping
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
So like $240, which
Okay.
is really solid.
Yeah.
And then we got the motherboard for $79. We bought the 12400F for $100 on eBay. So everything else was new. But we budgeted a lot to save a bit. So we had
cool.
about like what, 250-ish bucks for the setup.
we did the math before. I don't remember the math now. I can
And
check.
you guys budgeted in the $5 wallpaper.
Yeah, I
engine,
messaged
right?
Zach on Steam. Wallpaper engine? Are you kidding me? Do you have the $5?
$5. I mean, ours was free.
Just cover I'm turning the monitor off. So for the setup, we have a Sansui 1440p 27-inch 200 hertz IPS monitor for $130.
Okay.
For the mouse, we have the Alla SC800. It's a 37 gram 8K polling rate mouse.
Give it a
$40
feel.
for it.
Okay.
It's similar to the Razer Viper Mini. So honestly, for the specs, insane price to get something sub 40 grams with 8K polling rate. Mousepad is the Pulsar Hyperglide or
Paraglide.
Pulsar
Okay.
Paraglide. Pretty decent budget mousepad, $24. We have this boom arm set from InnoGear. It's just USB mic with a boom arm. It was like
Nice.
$27. We have the Alla Win 68 Hall Effect keyboard. It has Wing Chun magnetic switches.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
Comes or did not come with this. We paid an extra $9 for a white colored
There's the
cable.
aesthetic touch. I was
How do you
waiting
go
for.
aesthetic touch in there?
I was
Yeah.
waiting for the aesthetic touch.
And then we have some Truth Gear IEMs, just because at this price point, IEMs just clear headphones in terms of sound quality. So that's the full setup. Pretty performance packed for a budget.
All right, well, I guess we got a game on it. So how we're going to do it is we're going to each game on each other's setups and just give impressions while we do it. And once we're done gaming on this one, then we'll show them our setup. We'll see how this goes. All right, guys, I am on the, oh, wow, there you go, Bot Specialist, baby. I am on the setup that was built by the Aesthetic Goblins. I will say, you guys went far less like aesthetic focused than I thought you would. It's still good aesthetics, but I feel like you'd still opted for budget stuff. I was kind of expecting you all to like make the PC like, oh, I don't know, like $700, like a little under $700 and kind of go all in on like really name brand stuff. But it feels good. I mean, I can't complain. Oh God.
We could have gone with like an AIO, but again,
Ah!
I wanted like price or performance while still being aesthetic to show that it's doable.
Oh, it's not making me a better gamer though. Mouse, good. I mean, I've always said, to be fair, I don't play competitive shooters very much, so it's one of those where 8K polling rate, I mean, cool, whatever. Doesn't really matter too much to me. I'm not noticing the difference. I ain't good enough for it to matter anyways, but the mouse shape and everything feels really solid. And you said this is 40 grams?
37 grams.
37 grams, and it has the 8K polling rate. I mean, it's pretty damn nice. White matches the PC build. Keyboard, good. Same thing for me, like Hall Effect, I don't really, I feel the difference, but it's not like groundbreaking for me. But, I mean, it's a nice keyboard regardless. I always like a nice sounding keyboard, especially at this price point. And then the monitor, really smooth. Normally I'm scared with these like no-name brand panels. I don't know if you all did any like research into the panels, but normally like they end up with like really high ghosting rates, even at these higher refresh rate because they're kind of cheaper panels, but this one looks really good.
I had decent reviews on Amazon. So, and it's IPS too, and the price is really what sold us, honestly. So, we wanted 1440p, and yeah, that's for that price.
IEMs sound good. I mean, you're always going to get me with IEMs because that is my go-to. So I totally respect the IEM choice at this price point. And then microphone, which I'll test the microphone, see what that sounds like. I would imagine it's going to sound just fine though. But yeah, no, I'm pretty impressed. See if I can get a couple more kills. But FPS-wise, we're looking at like 300 on average, 270, 300 on average on lower settings, 1440p. So not too bad. Boom, done. All right, this is looking pretty good. Let's just see what it can do in Borderlands 4. Jackson will play a higher end game. Sandwich Boy's back, and Jackson's in Borderlands. What settings are we running, Jackson?
We're running 1440p full screen, and we're at the medium preset. We are using DLSS set to quality because I don't think this would run very well without it, with this being a newer title that's also Unreal Engine. And we're getting like, in this indoor area, we're getting like 60s. Couple of dips.
Dip into the 40s.
It happens, it's still not the most optimized game. We can't do frame gen unless we turn on like FSR, which we can try. But I will say, in terms of like it running well, it's like a console, you know what I mean? It's very smooth in terms of the 60 FPS. Reminds me of like playing on the Xbox back in the day. So I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of IEMs. I want to like them, it's just my ears are weird. They don't fit well, but these fit better than any IEMs I've worn. Am I gonna die?
You might die off
They
this.
fit better than any IEMs I've worn before. And on top of that, let's just, maybe I can go back outside, right?
Or maybe just respawn.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get less FPS outside, more than likely, but that's okay. We're trying to get like the worst case scenario here. Now I will say, keyboard's great, mouse is really nice, everything feels very premium. The mouse pad feels good, but nobody's ever going to sell me on a half-length mouse pad. It makes me feel like I'm a kid again, before I knew what extended mouse pads were. I'm sure it's a great quality item. I'm always going to prefer having a full-size mouse pad, but that's just opinion,
I think this is where you can see the limitation of probably the 8 gigs of VRAM on this 3070 Ti in 4K 40p.
Yeah, I mean, it's playable though, and we can go lower settings. This is just our baseline, just medium.
I will say when we've tested Borderlands, it wasn't as VRAM hungry as other like unoptimized AAA titles. So
yeah, Jonah, your build's just
it just can't hold. Yeah, wallpaper engine's causing your stutters right there.
Yep.
Eat it up. Or our CL38 RAM. You need CL30.
That's what it is.
You're right. But yeah, no, everything feels good. The PC's very nice. I think you guys did a good job with your budget. And monitor's good. I mean, I got no real complaints. Like I said, really just taste differences, really. But it was a good job overall.
Why would I pay more for half a mouse pad?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like,
Why would I pay more for half a mouse
I should have
pad?
gotten half off. Testing. We're testing out the Inno gear. I think this is about optimal position. Hope it sounds good. You guys want to yell in the background like chicken nuggets? It sounds like a headphone mic. It's not horrible, but it definitely is not like fine or mono quality,
Well,
For the boom arm combo for $27, how would you
That's
put it
pretty
like
for that price, yeah. But
That's
Would
pretty
you
cheap.
say it's on like HyperX Cloud mic level?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Then
That's good.
we're
We'll
chilling
take
with
that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, are we feeling confident to show them our setup?
No. Let's go show my setup anyway.
You guys are about to see what 30 minutes of total planning start to finish looks like.
Yeah, we didn't really need that much time anyway.
There we go.
Well, we thought we did.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
So you guys went pretty budget. You guys did a good job going used. We only got one thing used.
Okay.
But to start off, we got the Ryzen 5 7600X. That's 6-core 12th thread, so very equivalent to the 12400F. And we do have a aftermarket tower cooler. It's the ID Cooling Frozn A410.
Good choice.
So our problem is we spent $170 in our CPU because we got it from Newegg. It was 10% off though, and it came with the free SSD. Now that's another.
You're not
trade-off.
gonna like the SSD.
It is a 512 gig 2.5 inch.
2.5 inch.
That was what was free. It's what was free.
Oh god.
So
This.
Did you even install Borderlands?
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
That's
the only 2 games you can install.
We also went with a Dell RTX 3070 from eBay. It was the same price as yours. We paid $220 from,
Wow.
from our favorite store too is Wanzo. Which
Wanzo.
we love them.
Yeah, I had a couple saved from them, but I didn't.
But you guys got yours from, was it an offer or was it Reddit?
We offered.
See,
from
Matt and I
eBay.
we did not take that time, did we? We just accepted the first one we saw.
And it was only they had it for $245. I offered
pretty good.
$230 and they accepted. I didn't expect them to, and then we obviously had to pay for shipping too. Wozno, the guy who sold this graphics card to them, definitely a much more reputable seller. If I'm doing it again for my own build, I'm probably spending the extra $20 to get from a reputable seller that actually offer a warranty of some kind. They did accept returns, but it was kind of like a gamble.
Sketch,
we'll say.
yeah. We spent a lot more on our board. We went with the new motherboard from Newegg. It's an ASRock B650M Pro RS. It does have Wi-Fi built in. It's of course DDR5. It's a fairly good board, but it's $140. So that's why I was really asking them because I'm like, you guys didn't count shipping or something, but I just didn't. They basically spent $100 on the CPU, and then you guys spent 80 on the motherboard. So you guys saved a lot of money compared to what we did.
And just a quick note, like I mentioned earlier, I really wanted to go DDR5, and I love AM5, and I love AMD as a whole. But the problem with it is they just don't have good offerings for budget, lower end. Intel's like 12th gen, I still really like a lot. No problems on that generation. And you can get a DDR5 board for cheap, so that's what I did.
We got a similar RAM and power supply situation. We got TeamGroup Vulcan 32 gigs, 6,000 megahertz. It's CL38. We paid $81.90 for it. We got the Rosewill power supply. We got the 650 watt 80 plus bronze version. So we paid $60 for that. And you guys know this case. The Okinos Walnut. Comes with the fan. So we went kind of for like a no RGB approach. We did have some white on the card, so we made the motherboard back glow white as well. And nice. I think the aesthetic is pretty nice. We didn't really fully anticipate the red, I don't think, but I don't know. It's minimalistic to an extent. It goes together.
You got a red right here, a little red on the power supply.
A little bit of red everywhere. Yeah.
I will say
red on the headphones.
We shopped at the same time. For the like PC parts, the 750 watt was cheaper by $5.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It was on one of those lightning deals on Amazon. So we bought the 750 watt for cheaper than you guys.
We bought,
paid.
I think we did everything Newegg. I think Matt and I do that a lot, where it's like we don't want to buy from multiple
on one retailer.
Yep. But
You mean talk about the peripherals now?
Yeah. I'm gonna have Matt talk about the peripherals because. I'm crashing out.
Let's see this.
Because it's far better than anything Zach could ever pick out. It's crazy.
Oh, definitely. I mean, our mouse pad.
You got the INPHIC?
Yeah, we got the INPHIC, baby. The INPHIC. All right, so, we didn't talk about the price of our build. Our build in total after all that was $755.61. So basically, you all were like, what, $50 cheaper? So
because we were at $707.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think. But we were able to spend more on the aesthetic parts.
Yes.
Because of the savings of the CPU motherboard.
Exactly. So
and the storage.
For the monitor, we have an Acer Nitro 27-inch, 180 hertz monitor. It says 170 hertz on the build sheet. That's where we got mixed up. It's actually a 180 hertz monitor. I don't know where we got that from. 109 is what we paid for it. So we got name brand Acer Nitro. It is a refurb.
I was gonna say
it is a refurb, but it is one we bought many times from Acer on their eBay, and they do a pretty good job with their refurbs. Yeah. Now the INPHIC Superlight wireless mouse. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. Okay. It's super light, but it's 60 grams. Okay. Let's talk about them saying 60 grams for super light.
I like the black hole.
You like the black hole? But no, that was one that just caught our eye. The one thing we were really going for, and you all definitely killed it with that mouse in there, is we wanted 8K polling rate and wireless, but we didn't want to spend a lot of money. We actually spent more on this mouse than we spent on yours. We spent $47.99 on this mouse. And when I saw it in there, I was like, wow, we really made an effort to be like, yeah, it's gonna be 8K polling rate, it's gonna be better. No, $47.99. It's fine, it does the job, it's a cool mouse. And the funny thing was, what did the instructions say when we unboxed it? Saying you need to
charge for 5 hours before use.
Oh my God.
We did not do that.
But yeah, $47.99. For the keyboard, we have Dareu in the house with the cool 60 Hall effect 8K polling rate. So it's $41.99. Has the transparent keycaps we set to white, the red keycaps that you can't swap. But in the Switch, what is the Switch name?
We don't know. It sounds good though, and that's all that matters.
There you go.
Stabilizers are.
I will say that the stabilizers, and I like the sound of this keyboard better than ours. Looks wise, I like ours much more.
It is a very gamer look to it, but performance, baby, performance. You close your eyes while you game, it doesn't really matter.
True.
We have a glorious mouse pad. Did you expect a glorious mouse pad?
No.
I expected a full-size desk mat, and instead you guys got something in between.
Yes. So the weird thing is,
we thought this was big.
So in our normal issue of probably speed running stuff, not really speed running, just doing it all in one thing, I saw Glorious, and I saw it was the extended mouse pad, and I thought of the really gargantuan one I have at home. That's like massive. Yeah. That one's only like $50 though.
Those
so
like the XXL one.
So we got this one. We were like, yeah, it's cool. Threw it in the cart, and then once we were like really penny pinching, that just never got changed because that was $24.99. We could have saved probably $10 for a really cheap mouse pad. But I mean, it is good quality at least. But you know, it's solid. Is what it is. And then the headset is on this bill listing. It's just called the Wireless Gaming 7.1 channel, 2.4 gigahertz wireless with mic. 100-hour noise canceling headphones.
Is there a brand? I thought these were Corsair.
Nope.
I thought this was the Corsair one.
No, I don't think there's not a real brand. The brand is somewhere, but it's $29.99.
Trackable mic's kind of nice.
I will say, put it on, it'll remind you of something when you change some of the modes.
Let me hear.
Stop.
We need the
You can
audio.
do it if you want, actually, because I thought they were pretty impressive.
How does she sound?
Yeah. Definitely pretty bass heavy, I would say. I would say like the mids and the highs are kind of like recessed. Bass goes kind of stupid, and the sound stage is surprisingly good. Usually with closed back headphones, I feel like the sound stage is like not very impressive. It feels like it's all kind of bleeding together. Those would be pretty good for gaming with that sound stage. You'd be able to pinpoint footsteps and sounds pretty well.
Yeah, that's
Better than I expected.
Yeah, definitely better than I expected.
But yeah, $29.99 for that headset.
We
all
do
in
have a
all,
mic that we'll have to test too.
Yeah, we'll have a mic test. But all in all,
That's what I'm worried about.
$254 for our setup. Okay. So, hey, that's where we're at. I guess you got to play some games on it. Who's playing CS?
I'll play CS.
Here we go. He's soiling our setup. He's like pissing all over it. It's crazy.
It's weird because like it's in between like a desk pad and a square
it
mouse
is
pad.
small.
It's not like a ton of space, you know. And I'm used to playing with
We're
a glass
cooking
ma-
you all in
Oh
the
my
FPS
God.
department, though.
You are.
Holy crap.
We're cooking.
This is a different map, but
Different map, but I
Wait,
will
why did
say the 7600X is probably carrying.
This is a very.
I know
high
you were
stand.
saying the 12400 and 7600 were pretty close. 7600 should be a good amount faster.
No, it's definitely 1200.
well, I said they were close, and I doubled down and said, actually, I think the 7600X is a good amount better. All right, Zach,
So in
you
this
can win
esport
against these
game,
people.
yeah, this esport game, we'll definitely see more FPS.
So far, I mean, honestly, as far as the setup goes, it's not too bad. The mouse, 60 grams isn't like super heavy. Mouse pad's like a decent control pad. It's not like super quick. Keyboard feels good. Honestly, everything feels all right. Sounds pretty good on the headphones. Definitely wish the mouse pad was a little bit bigger. That's like my only complaint, but also I'm kind of like a freak when it comes to peripherals. So I would say for most people this would be fine. On a higher sense, it's okay. You don't need as much space, but typically I like to play with a little bit of a lower sense. So, but honestly, feels pretty good. I would frag out in some games with this.
He already is.
You are.
He's already fragging.
I can't tell. What are your lobbies compared to what Matt was getting? These people aren't even looking at you when they walk through.
Yeah,
The refresh rate feels good.
FPS looks pretty solid on this.
Oh, look, we've dropped a little bit.
Yeah, it has dropped in this one here. We're in the 350s. Not the 100 FPS difference it is.
I haven't felt like any stutters or like screen tearing, no like ghosting with the panel.
You guys did also get your IEMs with your external mic. We thought you guys weren't going to get a mic, if we're being honest.
Oh,
we
really?
figured you guys would forget.
Well, you know, the IEM had an option for a $2
inline mic.
inline mic.
That
They
would
were
have
like,
been crazy. But no, I have much more respect for you guys getting the external mic than using an inline one.
Honestly, I kind of like. Oh, it's Frozn.
I think he got disconnected. Look at the internet.
Yeah.
Oh. Our
Well, that
internet's
was a good
just as
time to
done.
wrap it.
That's a good time to wrap it up. We
Look at
lost
that.
connection, but honestly, what I was gonna say is, I kind of like the keyboard stick. I like the transparent keycaps. I've always wanted them, but it's just with the cat that gets hair in my keyboard, I could just imagine seeing all the hairs through it. The only thing I don't like is the graphics on the mouse. Those are a little.
Oh, dude,
But
that was our
tacky.
selling
But
point.
it came with grip tape, Zach.
It
You put
did.
the grip tape on if you want to.
kind of fire.
All right, guys, we are now in Borderlands 4. This is my first time playing Borderlands, by the way, but looking at charts and stuff, the 3070 isn't that much far behind the regular 3070 Ti. So, I mean, gameplay-wise, we're looking around like 60, 59, like high 50s. It's pretty choppy. I would definitely lower settings, and we are also on DLSS. We'll kind of show you guys the settings real quick. So yeah, same settings, 1440p on a medium preset with DLSS balanced. So not too high of settings, but yeah, this game, again, is just kind of unoptimized, not the best. Oh, I gotta
We're on
Put in
quality.
some-
Yeah, we're on
DLSS,
DLSS
by the way.
quality.
quality, sorry, I said balanced. Again, this is definitely like the max that this PC can run. Definitely set up on their end for like esports titles at 7600X. And I will say we saw that in CS, that it was much better with just the frame rates that you can get out of those lower settings, like more competitive titles. Honestly, for the setup wise, I'm not the biggest fan of curved monitors. This one has a very small amount of curve to it, so it's not something that I notice too much when I'm gaming. I'm not the biggest fan of the stand because it's like this gaudy silver. Same thing with the mouse pad. I just wish it was a little larger because I would naturally like to bring it down so my wrist can rest on it. And then keyboard wise, like I mentioned whenever we took a look at the setup first, I actually like how these switches feel. They're nice and like smooth, but I'm the biggest fan of translucent keycaps in my opinion, and the red is kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm partial to ours, mine and Zach's, but yeah, this PC, I'd say if you're long-term looking at it, I would much rather have the AM5 platform with that nicer motherboard, nicer CPU for those easier to run titles, and then you could throw in like a 5070 Ti down the road if you really wanted to. So
I will say, just seeing this gameplay right now, I think it might have been your CPU that's causing some of the stutters because this hasn't really hitched
we're not
up
getting
at
the
all.
stutters.
Single stutter.
yeah, that's another thing too. Is like we
just be
had some
running
pretty
in
bad stutters on our setup, and we had the better GPU too. So I think it had to be the 12400F, which we definitely saved money there, and this is a great example of a game where you can see where those savings are kind of affecting our performance at the end of the day. So yeah, but again, I'm with Zach. Definitely a larger mouse pad or a square mouse pad, and a couple other things, but solid setup.
The performance is there, but it's just not my stick with the keyboard, not my stick with the mouse stickers. Mouse pad can be a little bit bigger, but like the performance, it's all there.
So the video turned out like we expected.
Guys, we're not letting them off the hook yet. We almost forgot the mic test. So we're gonna pull this up here.
I feel like this is gonna be really bad.
The headset too, I never mentioned it when we were gaming, but it's very plasticky and light. Honestly, can be a good thing when you're looking at the weight of a headset. But all right, we are doing the sound test on the no-name microphone for Jackson and Matt's setup. We're going crazy. There's a big jump right there. I don't know. All right, guys, let's see how that sounds. It's actually better than I expected.
I think this sounds better than your all's mic, dude.
You think so?
I didn't hear it.
Well, to be fair, I was in the IEM, so your all's mic sounded like a tin can to me, but that could have been the IEMs.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Well, you know what? You guys at home will hear both of them, so you can tell me which one sounds better. But now that we finished the video, let's go and wrap it up.
So we just tested out 2 full gaming setups, one from the aesthetic gods themselves, and of course the OG Toasty Bros, the old men. And the moral of the story is we both did really good. I mean, considering the budgets we got, our PC seemed to have a little bit better edge when it came to actual performance, but I think theirs aesthetic-wise may have been a little bit better.
And it all comes down to what you all like personally. Again, our setup is very basic, uses some more no-name brand stuff, or maybe not the most well-received stuff on the market, but it is good products that we use and tested, and everyone seemed to enjoy them. And our PC has that AM5 upgrade path that gives you peace of mind that you'll have a motherboard supported for long term versus an older 12th gen platform, which again is at end of life. There are upgrade options, but not as many with the future of AM5. So really, it's up to you guys at home to determine which one you like better.
For our PC, I feel like we still did really, really good, given that we gave our PC budget around $700 to spend. Definitely some of the best work I've done in terms of this price point, especially getting on that DDR5 RAM. Limited upgrade path compared to theirs. Borderlands may have not been the best game for us to try that out with, but I think the PC turned out really, really good, especially with us kind of taking it apart and spray painting it white, but maybe not everyone would be doing that.
In terms of peripherals, we kind of balled out, we kind of went crazy. Once again, it comes down to the user, Some people don't like square mouse pads like Jackson, some people don't like IEMs, some people don't like 60% keyboards, it all comes down to what you like. As Jackson says, why pay more for less? You get half a mouse pad, half a...
You guys are done.
All right, what I'm hearing is these guys need to be let go immediately, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and this series. You know what? These guys wouldn't know nothing without us. I'm just totally kidding. They did a great job. They did a great job with this setup, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this difference in how you plan setups, and hopefully the results are really cool. If you want to buy anything from this video, link in the description down below will be affiliate links, and they will help us out. Zach's gonna have so much fun with all those affiliate links.
And we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Jonah's trying to end the video early when we need to tell you guys about PCBros.tech. It feels so good to have our cameraman back. PCBros.tech. You can save some money on a PC today.
PCBros.tech. Buy a gaming PC for your gaming setup. Whether you're going aesthetic or budget, we got you covered. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.